All right, cool. Those of you that saw the email and might have skimmed through, for example, my little speech at Indiana University, my keynote speech, already know who I am. Those of you who haven't seen it, I'm not going to talk about myself today because I want you guys to spend as much time on the turntables as possible. So again, just view the email, all right? I want you to have an idea of who I am and what I've accomplished so that you know that I'm not just some guy they got off the street that's just teaching this DJ class, all right? With that, what I do want to do is have you guys introduce yourselves. I'm going to try my best to remember as many names as I can today. I promise you guys in about a week, maybe a week and a half, I'll know everyone's name in this class. All right? But for now, I'd like for you guys to circle the room, tell us your name and what influenced you or inspired you to want to take this class. And it could just be like a couple of sentences. It doesn't have to be super long. So let's start on this side of the room.
I'm Hannah. I'm in my last semester, hopefully.
Nice.
Culture and media major. I don't know, this class has been offered since I was a freshman, and I was like, oh, like I'm sure like I'll take it at some point, but like I'm like a senior now and I still haven't taken it, so yeah.
Nice.
So,
Hannah, right?
Yep.
All right. Over here?
Hey.
Yeah, and then we'll go that way.
Okay, I'm Alex. I'm like undeclared, but I have a background when I was much younger in classical music, and then as I got older, it kind of grew out a lot more. Obviously, coming from England, you can go out a lot younger, so I was exposed to this kind of. A lot of my friends are DJs, and I love hip hop. And I didn't take this class because of it, but watched Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix.
Nice. You know, I'm there's a picture of me in it.
Really?
Yeah, and like the episode where they talk about record digging. I don't know if you got that far.
I'm not that far.
All right, yeah. When you get that far, you probably won't recognize me though, because it's a super old picture. I have an afro and I don't have a beard, and I was super skinny, so my face just looks different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's me and my mentor. Anyway.
Cool. So yeah, generally I feel like my life points me in this direction, and I wanted to gain some practical skills as well.
Awesome. I noticed about half the class said they had friends that DJ'd. And, you know, I don't know who your friends are or what their skill level is, but one of the things that I'm appreciative about teaching this course is that most people your age, and I'm not saying this to talk down at all, but most people your age have a misconception of what DJing really is. So I'm really thankful to be here, and I'm thankful that you guys took this course, because it's yet another opportunity for me to pass on the authentic, what I call the authentic art of DJing. Now, because of technology, DJing is a lot easier, you know, so you could use programs that do the majority of the work for you, sort of like running on a treadmill, you know, like the treadmill is doing some of the work for you, and there's nothing like just running outside. Or one analogy I like to use a lot is, if this were a math class, I could teach you how to do math with a calculator, or I could teach you how to do math with a pencil and paper. Now, using a calculator, you could punch in numbers and get the answer within a second. Using a pencil and paper is going to take you longer, but in taking longer, you're going to really absorb the process of solving that math equation. And that's the kind of DJing that I'm going to teach you guys here. It's very tactile, it's very physical. Your senses are involved in a way that you guys may not appreciate right now. Your sense of hearing, touch, seeing, all work together with DJing. And that's something that could go over your heads if you watch a DJ, for example, on a laptop. that isn't really employing his or her senses. Because of technology, DJ equipment has been modernized so much that you could download an app right now that'll do a lot of the work that I just showed you my students performing. There are DJ apps that literally do the work for you now. So you have people as a result that go out and buy a computer, go home and download an app, and then automatically they think that they're DJs. And they run to their IG pages and they change their bios to say, I'm a DJ now. Because they feel like, because they have access to this DJ app, that now they can do everything that, for example, Cheyenne could do, or Joe, or Dylan. And again, that's why I sent you guys the 2 emails before today, and that's why we're having this little discussion now, is because, again, I want you to understand that what, let's say, some of you might perceive as being DJing is completely different from what authentic DJing actually is. And it's a demanding art, and it requires you to put in the time practicing, studying the history. I'm going to send you guys a lot of homework in the early weeks. Please do the homeworks. Don't feel like just because you're grasping the techniques in class that you don't necessarily have to do the historical homework and due diligence, because having context is what's going to help you excel in this art. So make sure that you read the homeworks that I send you guys. With that, what I want to show you guys is what DJing is to the majority of people today in 2019. All right? This is Paris Hilton. I already hear some giggles. All right? And we're going to watch an interview, not the whole thing, just a few seconds of Paris Hilton talking about her DJ career. And then we're going to watch actual footage of Paris Hilton DJing, okay? And then I want us to just compare and contrast what you see in Paris with what you saw in the previous examples of my students DJing, all right?
I mean, the fact that you have really kind of managed to stay on the straight and narrow as a DJ of all things, how much, can I ask how much money you make doing that?
Well, I hate bragging, but...
It's not bragging, this is empowerment, man.
Okay. Anywhere from like a couple $100,000 up to $1 million.
Per job.
Yes. To play a 90-minute set.
I want to be you. That's amazing.
Yes.
Now, is that the going rate for big DJs?
No, not everyone. But I add more to a party than just DJing. Like, I DJ, but I also will go and entertain all the guests. I'll take selfies with everyone. I'll really promote the hell out of whatever venue it is and make it the hottest spot in whatever country I'm in. So it's worth the investment for them.
How do you bring it up? I mean, how do you get, like, is it the music, or do you get out there and dance, or?
I just walk in, and as soon as I walk in, everyone's
People go crazy.
screaming, and then I just play like the sickest sets, and I get up on the DJ booth and start singing, and people just go nuts.
And do you do all the, like, mixing yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
I studied for 6 months for 6 hours a day with the best trainers in the business and learned every single thing there is to know.
I'm surprised you don't have your own record label.
I do, Eris.
She has her own record label too, shit. So she practiced for 6 months, she says, and like she put in 6 hours a day of practice. Let's just watch DJ Paris Hilton DJ. You guys hear 2 songs playing, right? Her hands are in the air though. She didn't do any of the work.
Did she not have a ghost DJ though?
So Alex, right?
Yeah.
Alex. So Alex just asked, does she not have a ghost DJ? So she does. So basically, what a lot of these celebrity DJs do now is, being that DJing is so popular and everyone wants to be a DJ, the people that don't have the discipline to actually learn how to do this the authentic way, they'll hire someone to record a DJ set for them. So if Paris gets booked to DJ a 90-minute set, as she says, she'll get a producer or a DJ to record a 90-minute set. And being that now the technology like these are called CDJs, so they allow you to play CDs. So you can record an 80, 90-minute set on a CD. You hit play and then you just mime the movements of what a DJ would do, but it's not really you doing it. And that, yes, question?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just curious because in terms of like technology, what you consider like authentic DJing, do you think that is it purely predicated on the technology that you're using, or can you have someone who's authentically DJing with CDJs? Because I know, like, just for me, like with booking, like a lot of venues aren't going to provide turntables.
Totally. That's a great question. Alyssa, right here, she was a student of mine last semester. She took my intro course. And when she came to me, she had already had DJ experience. She was using a controller, am I right? Then learned on vinyl. And I know for a fact that what she's learned on vinyl, now she's transferred back over to the controller.
Gotcha.
Right? So yes, don't get me wrong, guys. Like I can be a DJ snob, and the snob in me will come out here and there throughout the course of the semester. But it's not that I'm against technology. What I'm against is people taking shortcuts, right? And there are a lot of people that, like Paris Hilton, a lot of these are celebrity DJs. David Guetta is another one that will literally lie to their audience. And like later on in the semester, I'll show you video of David Guetta DJing with the equipment off, but the music is playing. And as she said, she gets anywhere from $200,000 to $1 million for a 90-minute set that she's not doing, that she's not performing, right? And I don't know how someone that claims to have had 6 months of training, 6 hours a day, could DJ like that. Like what you saw in my 3 students compared to that, I'm sure you saw the difference. Like my students were working. They were physically like working, and that's how I'm gonna have you guys throughout the course of the semester. Paris Hilton is Paris Hilton, and she's there because of her name recognition and the reality shows and all that stuff. And I covet this art form, and I take the 45 minutes out of the beginning of every orientation day to have this talk with you guys, because again, I want to make sure that you know what you're signing up for. You know what I mean? That like we're gonna be in here like working and sweating and like learning how to DJ.